Evening. All right. Today we're going to take a look at PC. This is in no way going to involve any raging or spurging or anything. I think I'm over it. Anyway, let's have a look at PC. Now, the reason we're doing this is because I think PC battles have basically become quite interesting. So let's take a look. You've got your 6 regions here, and there's pretty much a trend evolving. There's something quite extraordinary happening in District 2. But let's start with District 1, or Region 1 rather, or Sub-Region 1, Constellation 1. And basically this you could say is owned by Kronos. There is a pretty much a non-attacked group of planets here. Pretty much what the French, few imperfects, so that means there is a bit of disharmony here. But as you can see, pretty much this system and the next one, Eau de l'Earth, are pretty much Kronos, and obviously that's the mega planet with all those. And as you can see, look, pretty much nothing's been attacked. Oh, actually, having said that, a few are, but most of it is actually a pretty much spewing clones out there to either the market or to further walls. So, a really nice stronghold for Kronos on that planet there. I think that was a very good one to spam. From the get-go, so good, a really nice kind of base in there. So almost pretty much off the bat, Constellation 1 you could say is Kronos. Now Constellation 2, this is where it's very interesting. When I first got into PC, this planet here, Maidor 5, had been spammed by Sever, completely spammed. They had every single district. Look at it now, almost night and day, isn't it? Imperfects have pretty much gone at them, gone for the balls, you could say, and they pretty much pushed them out. So it's exciting. I like this. I think this does show you that the defender is pretty much it's up to the defender's stamina to keep their districts, and that's certainly where we fell down, because who can be asked to be forced to play this game? So the next one is Eidorf, which has quite a few planets, so let's just go through them now. Again, I would say they're pretty much they don't seem to be under too much attack, so I'd say these are relatively stable. But as you can see, Antari mercenaries have got kind of the primary spot on this planet, but again, we've got a few here. Murders for Hire, don't know who they are. Cygod 9, that's looks like they're under attack, but again, that's that planet looks particularly safe, I would say. There doesn't seem to be too much aggression there. Then we go to Scarcon. Now, you do notice here that SVR have one little district left that's being attacked, or Sever, sorry, I keep calling it SVR, Sever. And so within the space of a few days, if they lose, that's them done from PC, as with a lot of other entities. And I sympathise with them, obviously, because who wants to have to fight a constant defense war all the time? But anyway, so then we go to, where are we now? Mimirol. Where you have again, a kind of spread of corporations. Kill 'em quick seems to have quite a good stronghold here. But again, no one really. Zion, I found a Zion planet. I must admit, when PC started, Zion were everywhere, and I don't see them too many places now. So again, it's just this kind of constant need to defend. We had it in kind of hyper mode because everybody came for us. They wanted to ball punch us from pretty much the word go, and it was, we just literally had not a moment's break, and that's why we got beat pretty much. But I think there seems to be a lot of districts out there that are not being attacked right now. This planet's a bad example of that, because you can see pretty much everything looks under attack. Death Dealers. Who we've got? Outer Haven, Southern Legion. Southern Legion's an interesting one because all of their timers are actually set to Australian time zone. So much like Eve, if you're not familiar with Eve, the mechanics of Eve always was struggling. If you didn't have an Australian time zone presence, you lose pretty much, because you can just set all of your timers to your Australian groups, or rather Antipodean groups, and they could basically just win the match for you. And that's happening here. I mean, again, I feel that there's a real kind of strength in having the reinforcement timers set to something that most console players won't do. Some Eve players, a few Eve players, will get up at God knows what o'clock to fight a battle. I don't think many console players will do that. So I think the Southern Legion are doing very well, and you'll see that in the next few ones. But anyway, let's finish off Elfrad. You can see there's a lot of districts that are kind of being grouped up, and you imagine there's some real deals being done here. So Valor, Triton, these are part of the same alliance, or at least roughly the same alliance. So there's a lot of groups here that are just literally probably stockpiling clones and selling them. I don't see a massive projection of force. I could be wrong, but certainly from this overview, I didn't see, so I imagine a lot of corps are out there. CEOs and directors are absolutely, coining it in, running those prototype tanks because their clones are paying for them. So here we go, Southern Legion, and basically that's a good stronghold straight away with Hellstorm right next to them. Again, I don't know if they're allied, but it looks like Hellstorm are being attacked, so looks pretty shaky. I think that could actually be an attack that Hellstorm did and have been repelled from. So here we go. Look at that, Southern Legion, the monopoly on an entire planet, and look at the reinforcement timers. Fancy waking up at that time on Eve time to fight? I know I certainly don't. So, pretty much a particular time zone wins this. Southern Legion are good as well, don't get me wrong. They beat us a number of times, but again, I wouldn't say they're infallible. I would say that they have a massive advantage that most people have to work. So let's look at the next planet here. This is Adatide. So we have Academy Inferno. Fought them a few times. Very good, competent team. So it's good to see them starting to grow. Again, I don't see a massive amount of war on the right side of this planet, but the left side was being hit quite aggressively. And then our old and RIP never forget Eggbinger 7. This is where we were. Interestingly, the Southern Legion I think have been pushed from maybe 1 or 2 here, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's a deal. But it looks like there's a bit of push and shove around these, but again, only maybe a couple of districts are actually even under attack. Kill them quick are under attack. That maybe because they pushed out another group there. So let's go to our Constellation 5. So this is probably where you could say Eon are residing. Roughly, I wouldn't say totally. You've got Imperfects here as well, and they're kind of a group of allied corps. Again, only a 5-district one here, but again, a good defendable position considering the distance from other groups. So that's quite a nice point there. And then we have obviously a fellow planet here where you've got obviously Goon Feet, New Eden's Most Wanted, Naim Sane for 7, good, blah, 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 and so on. So pretty much, again, I would say there doesn't seem to be a lot of war on the right, but then you've got 3 or 4 districts there actually being attacked, or under attack, rather. So I think, Hrober is looking relatively safe. Let's go to IDED. So basically you come in here. This is where I would say you do have, if you got the generals, Red Star, team players, and so on. And this is looking particularly safe. Look at this. I don't think a single district is even being attacked. So they're just obviously projecting from there. Got Synergy Gaming there as well. So they're obviously Eon. Let's go to, oh God, how do you pronounce that? Oud Sudbur. And basically here you've got, again, it looks like a place of peace and serenity where people are basically being sold into the market. Then we go further into Adausde. I don't know if that's how you say it, but anyway. And you then have, so Dust University have still got somewhere, which is great. Glad to see that. I like Dust University. Synergy Gaming, Rogue Spades, Andari Mercenaries. And that's interesting. I don't think Andari Mercenaries are allied with Eon. I could be wrong. I need to check my list. But again, they're a good team, and you can imagine there'll be a bit of struggle with them, a bit of strife. So then we go to Muticon, where we got Synergy Gaming again. Looks like a pretty strong True Teabaggers. Love your court name. Red Star, Dot, and and yeah, that's it. So again, this little constellation here, you probably could say is a stronghold for Eon. Then we go into our final one, number 6, and this is pretty much again the central constellation. This is an entire stronghold for Kronos again. And here you will find lands of peace and serenity and hobbits and hobbiton and all that stuff, because basically it looks like not a great deal is happening here. Again, the leaders of Kronos, you must be running gold-plated suits because you're earning a fuck ton of ISK from all your clone selling. And don't try and tell me that you're actually projecting your clones, because I don't believe you. And as you can see, there's like 3 main systems. Again, here we go, Seraphim. Let's see who else we have here. What the French, like the What the French, very good team. They always kill me a lot. Rest of the Spirits, don't know who they are. Looks like they're being attacked. What the French again. So Giant. This is all pretty much Kronos. Seraphim, Grupo d'Astal, Chacal. Love those guys. They're really good teams. I enjoy playing for and against you. Let's see who else we have. So then we go in here. So Grupo have got their stronghold here along with Seraphim. Again, these look like lands of peace and serenity. No one's attacking them, and they're just spewing out ISK into the Corp wallet. Seraphim again, Mafia Clan, it's good to see those guys, Seraphim, Academy Inferno. And you can see, oh, here we go, Betamax. So this is obviously where Betamax are launching from. Then we've got What the French Again and Team Players, don't know. I think they're on the same team. I'd have to check. Oh no, probably not. They're under attack. So maybe that was some assault on their space, but who knows. And there we go. That's pretty much your PC. Now, I think I would love it if CCP made it slightly bigger. There doesn't seem to be enough districts at the moment, but hey, the more they'll do, the more the people will spam, and to be honest, you'll just have 25 regions filled with, you know, one alliance basically farming it for a few people to get ISK. So it's a tricky one. But anyway, as you can see, Seraphim are probably top dogs at the moment. It was Sever, and I think now it's Seraphim. So yeah, hope that's useful to you. I think a lot of people ask me, what's going on with PC? So there you go, that's what's going on. We are going to get back into PC, but I think only just to spam 1 or 2 districts. With the full knowledge, we'll lose them in time, because again, who the hell wants to defend all that? Hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you next time.